I'm Dr. Jordin Wiggins, and this is the Pleasure Principles podcast. Join me on this journey where sex, science, and sensuality meet. Let's change the conversation around sex and pleasure together. Do you like giving blowjobs? Have you ever wondered who first looked at a dick and thought, I should put that in my mouth? I don't know if this is possible, but hopefully my team can make it happen. I feel like we need a little music. I have Doja Cat's song Go Down in my head. Anyway, so technically that is about cunnilingus, and we are going to talk about fellatio today. I want to see how many puns and different terms that we can use for blowies. Pick off another one. So I gave my first unofficial blowjob tutorial to a group of ladies during our pre-med degree after, I think it was a cellular physiology midterm. Should have known I was destined to be a sex educator. Don't know what made me the expert on it, but I just remember like sitting in a circle with a captive audience leaning in. And that is often what happens when I go to business retreats, like live events. It's always we're at the lunch table and people are like leaning in or turning around and walking the absolute other way. So I've continued to have these conversations with the women that I work with. This topic came up at our in-person feminine mentorship retreat, and it continued with some one-on-one clients, some friends. Then I put the poll on my Instagram story, and the response was overwhelming. I had so many DMs, votes. Basically, it was an even split. I was shocked to hear what you had to say. So 54% of you were on Team BJ, saying things like, I love giving a solid blowy, but I have a hard time receiving rather than giving. There's a power in it. Watching a powerful man surrender to pleasure. Might have been me that said that one. Part of our feminine nature that gets off getting guys off. Agreed. I like to see my man feel good. I get off getting my partner off and feel intense shame if I don't get him off. Thank you, patriarchy. We have to undo that one. So 53% of you do not like slobbing on my knob. Slob on my knob. Is that another one? If you don't know that song, 3-6 Mafia, I'm not sure if we can be friends. I think we laughed at that one in high school oftentimes. Reasons for not liking it. I feel like I'm not good at it. Tons of physical stuff came up. Smell of spit, gag reflex, can't breathe. All of which are fixable. How much you hate spit though, I don't know if we could work on that. The thing, and I teach this, I'm going way off here. We teach this in Pleasure Principles, but no sensation is inherently erotic or not erotic. We are taught through society, education, lack of sexual health education, how we're conditioned to perceive what is a turn on or a turn off, like bad breath. If people were turned off by bad breath, then our race, society would probably cease to exist, because before we had toothpaste back in the day, if we weren't kissing and getting it on, it's the gum commercials that make us feel like that is attractive or unattractive. And obviously these things are nuanced and etc. These are like simple examples, and it's not that simple, but in some ways it is. So we want to work on expanding our turn-ons and decreasing our turn-offs for more arousal, connection, desire, something that I teach in Pleasure Principles. Back to the topic. Reasons you do not like giving blowjobs. Gag reflex, can't breathe, feel like you're not good at it, don't like him watching you, negative narrative of like, go suck a dick, it's dirty, it's derogatory. Guys not knowing how to communicate, like nudging the back of my head or feeling obligated. Obligatory sex is not sexy. Some of you feel like you do so much over functioning already that giving more in that area is just like, it's a no for you. And hate getting on your knees. Lots of fixable things here. You could try a position that is comfortable, and this includes going down on women as well, people with vulvas. Get in a position that is comfortable. Your neck should not be hurting you. So, want to give you some interesting BJ tidbits. There were hieroglyphics. So we know that fellatio was a thing even in Egyptian times. Lots of cultures believe that ingesting semen improves virility. Some men or even drink their own semen in certain cultures. Ancient Chinese texts refer to semen as yang essence, and it has many uses to drink, rub on skin, etc. In Roman times, blowjobs were given as a criminal punishment. Surprise, surprise. In artifacts found in Pompeii of people giving blowjobs to lessen their criminal sentences. I feel like some of this Roman conditioning is still at play today, given the negative beliefs that we have about it. So I'm creating a training for pleasure principles because there is just so much here, so much on giving and receiving, so much shame, so much stigma, so much like if you can't breathe and being on your knees and stuff hurts, like, why are we doing this? And what could we do instead to make it a pleasurable experience for both giver and receiver? We're going to talk about tips and techniques, and I wanted to share 5 of them with you here today. So tips. I want to make a just the tip joke, but I don't know. Dick jokes are my thing. They always have been. I'm hoping that you enjoy them too. Dick jokes, dick puns. Tip, just the tip, number 1, being right. Trying to do things right, trying to do a blowjob right means you are doing it wrong. Super women, you can't get blowjobs right. Every partner is different. Desires are different day to day, or they should be. During a lifetime in a relationship, what arouses you should change and be fluid. If you're trying to check a box, so doing what you know works to get each other off, that like maintenance sex, that checkbox sex, or doing things in your head, like first I need to lick the shaft and then cup the balls. You are in your head and not in the feeling experience of intimacy. It is much, much more enjoyable for the receiver if you are present and connected, responding to his and your turn on. One of the members of the feminine mentorship group said that if she's not in it or not turned on doing the checkbox sex, her husband can tell, and it takes longer. So for those of you that don't like this, well, first of all, we want to examine it because it is okay to have boundaries, your yeses and your nos. We want to find out what those are and also undo some of the societal conditioning, that beliefs that we might have about why things are turn-offs when they don't really need to be. Tip number 2, communication. Let him know what you do or don't like. This should be both of you. So he should let you know what he does and doesn't like as a receiver, and you should also let him know what you do or don't like as the giver. Are guys still trying to slap their dicks on women's faces? I feel like this was a thing, like, I don't even know how long ago, but from porn. But maybe that's your thing. Maybe that's a turn off. Do you hate his hand on the back of your head, or him expecting you to deep throat or gag? Maybe we need to communicate. Tell us about incoming semen, unless you love to be surprised. These are actually really easy conversations to have. Babe, I really want to enjoy sucking your dick and do it more often. One of the reasons I don't is because when you jam it down my throat, I feel like I'm going to choke, I can't breathe, and I hate it. Pretty fucking clear, isn't it? Also, tips on opening the throat and reducing gag reflex in the training that I'm recording. Tip number 3, get turned on first. This will be so much better for both parties when you are into it. Your turn on is your responsibility. You should know how to do this for yourself. Be able to bring that kind of fire, that passion, that eros into your relationship. If you don't, pleasure principles will teach you how to do this. It is great to have our partner turn us on, but it is not always their responsibility. So by being turned on first, heading into that experience, if you are enjoying it more, he's going to enjoy it more. If we try and go from 0 to 100, it's not going to work out so well for both parties. Now I want to give you 2 techniques. So tips are things, just the tips are things that like mindset shifts, reframe, and there are so many of them. Techniques are things to do. So technique number 1, hands are allowed. For some reason, there is a belief that using your hands is cheating or you are doing it wrong. Oh, superwomen, trying to get it perfect and taking the fun and making it hard, making it a struggle. So it is totally okay to use your hands. This is not an all or nothing thing. In fact, if you are just trying to bob around and use your head and it hurts and is uncomfortable for you, it's also not going to be great for the receiver. So things like hand at the base of the penis and your mouth on the tip, swirling your tongue around if your neck is tired, stopping and just using your hands. Using your hands to massage thighs, testicles, other areas when he is in your mouth at a pressure and pace that is arousing for him. I'm going to give you 20 different techniques in this training that I'm recording, but just please start using your hands. It's not all or nothing thinking. Technique number 2, and often overlooked, transitions. This is a very overlooked part of connected intimacy for both men and women. How do we move from desire to initiation to foreplay to act to aftercare? Let's talk about going from foreplay, like desire foreplay, into the actual act of giving a blowjob. So there might be kissing, undressing, like that's the part where we're building arousal. And then it's actually time to give the blowy. Gently hold the base of his penis in your hand and use your tongue to slowly lick from the base to the tip. We can vary this technique, moving our tongue from side to side, speed, pressure, etc. But this is a great way to start initiating contact, start intentionally giving a blowjob instead of just like kissing and being like, okay, now it's time to do this and going in, like being intentional about that transition to moving into oral sex, just like we should be intentional about moving into penetration. We should be intentional about our aftercare. Short, sweet, to the point. How can you work with me right now? I am opening 2 spots for private coaching with me this month. May, masturbation month. It is spring. If you want to feel alive, desired, connected, if my work speaks to you, do not put this off. Do not tell yourself that you will do it after the next crazy quarter, when your kids are done XYZ, after your vacations. You know where delaying this work, where denying this part inside you has gotten you. So why wait any longer? Would you wait to do something, to take an action this essential and this fundamental in your business, in your career? Probably not. And in fact, there is a return on sex. The more sex we are having, the more sales we are making, the better our ideas flow to us. It is that sacral energy, that root chakra energy, that once it starts flowing, our energy, our vitality, our health, everything improves. So fill out an application if you want to know what it's like to work with me one-on-one, and let's chat. If one-on-one is not what you need, I will tell you. I will tell you what else I have for you or point you in the direction that will best serve you. So if you're listening and my work speaks with you, I'd absolutely love, love, love to connect. Also, if you are interested in Pleasure Principles, the groundbreaking program to enhance, reignite, and communicate your desires while bringing vitality back to you and your relationships. This is the program where our blowjob training is going. If you want to dip your toe into working with me, then we can start there. We have one group call per month and so many online modules, trainings, etc., to get you learning how to be connected, feel desired, feel alive, turned on. And you can get started for as little as $750 a month. So links for working with me privately and Pleasure Principles will be in the show notes. If any of this resonated with you, send me a DM on Instagram. And also send me a DM on Instagram and let me know if you want to talk about oral sex for women. Have a great week, everybody. If you like what you heard in this episode, leave me a rating. Your support helps me get discovered by more women like you. Together, we can change the conversation around women's sexual health and pleasure for you, your partners, and generations to come.